talking about feeding the power of brains, but making sure you don't feed, I believe it said venison, and definitely not cow brains. Black people are the only people that hate pork. Everybody else will be like, man, give me some of that pork. Ooh, that don't look good though. Then what you call a blended mess. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm gonna tell you a story. So get this, people. Shout out to everybody who's ever used potty powder as a tool to assist. Now, mind you, it's not perfect in your dog's ability to use the bathroom. So you sprinkle on a pee pad, and the dog normally over the course of time should go to the bathroom there. I can't solve stupid or dumb, so don't blame me. But let's look. So I'm talking to ChatGPT. Health benefits for alfalfa pellets for dog. Joint health. Anti-inflammatory properties that support joint health, particularly specifically beneficial, basically, with dogs with arthritis or older dogs. Digestive health. The high fiber content promotes healthy digestion and regular bowel movement. Skin and coat health. Vitamins and minerals in alfalfa support skin and coat health. Immune support. Antioxidant and vitamin help boost the immune system. Detoxification. Chlorophyll in alfalfa can aid in detoxifying. I go, feeding alfalfa in moderation. While alfalfa are nutritious, they should be fed in moderation as a part of a balanced diet. So you go, wow. Potty powder can do both? So I'll be like this here. I ain't gonna open it right now because I gotta make the meal. Ooh, look at that dust coming out just enough. So if you're buying this, you got dogs where you just got to read for yourself. And then I had to went down another rabbit hole because I didn't even consider putting it on food. I just told people, it ain't gonna kill your dog if it eats it. Stay tuned, people. Get you some potty powder. The links are in our bio. Go to mydogsups.com and get you that good shit. So, as you just got to witness and see for yourself, you saw with your own two good eyes. Education, you learn by way of application. So in this case, as you've seen, we put a lot of good stuff in terms of food together for the dogs. And my job is to discover. So what happens is we go into a discovery mode. And in that discovery, we try to find what's best for our pets. Tonight's meal is rooted in some fiber. Oh God, this is that stanky tripe. Still frozen, man. But I don't like warm dog food. The point of feeding raw food is to make sure that it's kind of cold, man. But they say that tripe has what? Prebiotics and some probiotics in it, right? Some people feed it when the dogs have upset stomach, and some people actually feed tripe when they're trying to improve a dog's coat. I'm not going to tell you that I've gone there and I know that that's true. What I will tell you is I believe it can benefit your dog. So, shout out to ifeedraw.com, Fitbully24 for those that are looking for some answers in terms of what to feed and how to feed your dog. There's one of my answers. So get this, we're doubling down. I added tripe to this particular meal because I want to double up on some of the fat for the pups. They're getting into that next phase of growth based on my experience, and we want to make sure they have all the tools, accoutrements, as I like to say, that they need to support growth. Part of that, of course, is a 2-pound chub. Now, this is a lot of food for 6 pups, people. It's a lot of food. Of course, still frozen. It's crazy because it feels warm to my hands, but it's still frozen. So you know how the mom told you, and you've seen it on television your whole life, eat your veggies. Clearly, there ain't no vegetables in there. So I'm going to add them. I always put the meat at the bottom and double stack everything with fiber. The last thing I'm going to add, which has tons of B vitamins, is pork brains. Now, there's going to be some arguing with this one. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I read out loud, my hands is wet. I read out loud, basically, Dr. Karen Becker in her book, talking about feeding the power of brains, but making sure you don't feed, I believe it said venison, and definitely not cow brains. Black people are the only people that hate pork. Everybody else will be like, man, give me some of that pork. Ooh, that don't look good though. Then what you call a blended mess. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm gonna tell you a story. My grandmother, she's cooking my grandfather some brains one time. And if you never had brains, you don't know this. Hell, I didn't know this. And she said, as the brains begin to cook, they start moving in the pan. What do you think my grandmother did when the brains start moving in that pan? She said, I took off running. She was like, Margaret, where you going? She said, I hit the door so fast, them jokers start moving in that pan. I'm out of there. I'm gone. Big Rex, they long. She was gone. And now that was funny because my grandmother, at the time, I fooled with her a little bit. She was tough. She was considered a tough person. So all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you running on some food? All the stuff you done been through, and you running because of some food? Now that's crazy. This right here is a little difficult to add to meals, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because it's hard to spread. So I'm actually gonna leave this out tonight, and then I'm gonna add it tomorrow, because I'll heat it up and drizzle it over the meal. Can opener. We got to the root of our can openers. Jamarcus found that this was the best opener we have. And I was like, dang, he did this in one time. Boy, we was working on some cans before this. I'm talking working so hard, we would hurt ourselves trying to open a damn can of some pumpkin or some green beans. There we go. Man, I got to put my little trash can. There we go. Now this pumpkin, as we know, people, I've said this before. You got prebiotics and probiotics, and most importantly, we sometimes don't feed the dogs this stuff until they do what? Until they get sick. They get sick all of a sudden. You're like, oh man, I need to add some pumpkin to his meal. Why not just add pumpkin to every meal? Which means I might have to grow a pumpkin, have a pumpkin patch one day, just so I can have organic pumpkins on my land. Now that would be amazing. You just see Zara took off. She goes, uh-oh, I smell the good stuff. That means it's feeding time. Now, this roughly is about 2 pounds of food for the pups. This is a lot of stuff for pups. The one thing that we want to keep tightening up and adding is our joint support. Joint supplements, now that I know, are probably one of the most important supplements you could add to your dog's food. Okay? I didn't think nothing of it. I'm lying. I created the whole supplement because I knew it would benefit y'all. Look at me fibbing over here. And of course, we like to use puppy blocks because the puppies are going through something. Don't worry, brother. Don't worry, brother. I'm finna put it on there now. We love using puppy blocks to add value. We actually removed one of the ingredients. So we'll do a breakdown of how to add that to, or how to make your own beef bone broth, because we had some people in the UK. Shout out to everybody over there and other parts of the world who are supporters of, what we call Fitbully TV. It's going to change to My Dog Tools. Actually, I might say Fitbully TV still, but the handles will be rooted in My Dog Tools. And my grandfather, when he see good food, I said, Grandpa, how's it look? He said, he said, brother, Trevor, he looked like we about to go. He said, we about to do some damage to this. That was my guy. And of course, the last thing we'll top it off with, same thing we started this off with, pure education. Look at that. This is, if you like Asian food, this is like adding furikake to your, and it has a nice little zest to it. It's like, well, he's gonna pat it and just, to the babies. I hope the babies enjoy it. You don't want to overdo it, but you guys got to watch one idea of a meal that I put together, and the pups, they're gonna love this. Stay tuned. Take care of your dogs, and we're gonna go back here and go feed them. As you know, people, feeding time is one of my favorite times. I'm a server at heart, and not because I've served food. I've actually never waited at a table. That's the truth. I was a busboy once, but also I love making sure that people are good. So we're gonna set this down and let them get active. Oh man. And that right there, people, is what we call magic in a bowl.
They should be able to hear that. You want to find out in post, but I think so. Yeah, they should be. They need deep in each other. Who are making things. I mean, literally, he's making a hole over here. He's cleaning out. We wanted to get to the bottom. That's a new thing to do. This right here might be one of my best meals now. I don't think you can even finish it. It looks like they're not stopping there. I think the famous question people also want to know the answer to it is, can you overfeed a puppy? Yes, you can. Very good. And that's going to continue to move it up. This point here is straight back. We got an answer for it.
Well, for those people watching, man, we've used the mics, we fed the dogs, we've shown you a little bit of information that you can utilize to better you and your dog's life. Shout out to everybody who's a pet parent trying to become a pet achiever, so the dogs and you can live and do more together. The more we know, the better we can be for our dogs and even for ourselves, people. Stay tuned as always and keep taking care of your dogs.